So pattern recognition is a very important topic in which humans are very good in recognizing the two-dimensional patterns. But when it comes to recognizing patterns in high dimensions, which is obtained as a result of experiments, the data which we obtain as a result of experiments, then it poses a problem for the humans. And our job has been to develop algorithms to recognize these high-dimensional patterns. And one of the challenges in these pattern recognition problems is, how do we validate whether the patterns are real or abnormal, and whether the patterns are well separated and overlapping? And so my contribution has been to develop metrics by which we can characterize the patterns and determine the validity of the patterns. So we live in a society where there are a lot of fraudulent activities, there are a lot of criminals who can get fake ID documents and pretend to be somebody else. So in order to determine who an individual is, the best way to determine that is using the body measurements like face, fingerprint, or even how they walk. And so my contribution has been to show the develop methods by which we can accurately recognize the patterns and also do it in a very, very efficient manner for large-scale applications involving hundreds of millions of individuals. So in developing countries and some of the least developed countries, the individuals as well as children do not have any form of identification. So when they go for health checkup and for vaccination, there is no way to determine whether the doctors have seen this child before. And for this reason, it is extremely important that we recognize the children based on biometrics. But as you know, children grow up very rapidly, and they cannot be differentiated based on face because the face pattern changes very rapidly. So we wanted to show that fingerprints are indeed unique for children, and this is something which nobody believed before, and we actually demonstrated that children can be recognized as early as 3 months old based on fingerprints. Privacy, personal information is extremely important. Just like your credit card information, your social security number, and your bank account is a privileged information, so is your body characteristics like face and fingerprint. And so before we collect this data, biometric data, it is extremely important that we get the user consent. We specify for what application this data will be used, and we do not share this data with anybody else. So for this purpose, it is extremely important to have a user consent and then store this data in encrypted format and also do the comparison based in the encrypted domain.